This is a very special Nakshi Kantha that can be found in the collection of the National Museum of Bangladesh. It was made around 1925 and it comes from Jamalpur, Mymensingh. It measures about 77 centimeters by 66 centimeters, and the materials used are white cotton handloom shari, 2 layers, threads from woven shari borders, and the colors are red, dark blue, light green, ochre, yellow, maroon, pink, and white. I will be reading its description as written by Parveen Ahmed in the Aesthetics and Vocabulary of Nakshi Kantha, published by the Bangladesh National Museum. In non-conventional manner, this piece is worked in frontal horizontal perspective. Kanthas are normally worked in multiple angle perspectives, allowing for viewing from any side. It is not, however, for that reason modern, but rather laid out more like a scroll path. This format of storytelling, used by village minstrels, unfolds stretches of scenically painted cloth or parchment to reveal the episodes of folk legends for audiences already familiar with tales of yore, for whom the encapsulated images speak volumes. The use of thread outlines in this fascinating kantha, as if drawn by pencil, is in itself indicative of the desire to emulate scroll drawings. The central axis of the kantha is set by a rosette form girdled by an etched mondol and held on 2 sides by rope-like patterns, which also appear in architectural relief work. The arched formations on the left and right sides of the piece also seem to be inspired from architectural images. The woven shari borders sewn on at the top and bottom and frame the picture for the spectator as if an illustrated book. As in all kantha art stories from the classics, transform under the hand of the folk artist, presenting a personal interpretation and folk metaphor. 2 of the 6 panels depict scenes from the Ramayana, though not in sequence. In the first, near the 3-tiered temple, stands a horse tied to a tree, which, along with the other tethered horse at the far end, are the horses of Ram and his 5 brothers, who, assisted by Hanuman the monkey god, have recovered Sita, bringing her safely home. Ram is the long-haired figure holding bow and arrow, flanked by 3 same-sized and 2 smaller male figures. Lakan is wearing the pointed hat, and he's visible outside Sita's hut. In the second panel is a scene from the Mahabharata depicting the prowess of Arjun. He took up the challenge to win Draupadi by shooting a fish thrown up in the air while looking at its reflection in a pool below. His marksmanship became legendary as he thus won his bride. Draupadi, mounted on elephant back, accompanied by her father, looks on at the contest. Horse figures seen alongside were customary accompaniment to Mahabharata scenes. Next is Kartik, riding a peacock which wrestles with a snake, reflecting its well-known significance of virility. The scene changes to accommodate playful Krishna in his classic pose of crossed legs and graceful arms, holding a flute as he lures the milkmaids with lilting notes. Parrots on the bending bow speak of love and passion in a classic image. Panel 3 is action-filled, as a woman on horseback, pursued by a horse rider, arms raised, cries out for help. If not for the 2 figures in European hats, rifles in hand, the scene could have been of the battle from the Mahabharata, for there are plenty of horses to represent the scene of clash. Perhaps the scene refers to a local incident in which the British authority restored order to an attack, or were in pursuit of the fleeing woman. There is a return to mythology as Lord Shiva manifests himself as the Lord of Dance, flanked by musicians playing the ektara, cymbals, khol, and a woman vocalist. Shiva holds a ban in one hand, a komandulu water pot in the other, a stick, mace, bow, and arrow. Panel 4 returns with the scene of a young Krishna, known as Balakrishan, perched on a kandama tree, having stolen the clothes of gopis, his milkmaids, while they bathed in the river. In pristine nudity, they raise their arms, pleading for the return of their clothes, while the cornermost figure, draped in dress, is probably Krishna's mother, who with hand on hip berates him to return the gopi's garments. The scene shifts to Lakshmi Devi, preceded by a fisherman with rice sheaves in her hands, her Vahana the cat below her feet. The Vedic triad of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahadev takes its place, followed by Ganga Devi standing on her Vahana, the Makara, a river creature symbolizing eternity. The last figure is of Kali, with her powerful incarnation as destroyer. She holds knife, sickle, and a dismembered head in her hand, striding in energetic action. The local village scenes unfold in the fifth panel. A hatted and booted man holding umbrella and walking stick appears to have come from the town and presents himself to two seated women, one combing the other's hair. Nearby, an amorous couple, the man as if touching the woman's cheek. Two dogs, one of them a cat perhaps, watch intently as a woman cuts fish on a boti cutter. Down the village road, a man and a woman holding the rope of a calf are having a hot argument on ownership, while away off another woman calmly milks her cow. Other animals of the village, a bull, a pony, an elephant, and a dog, stroll in the background. The finale of the story comes with the sixth panel, which brings the thrilling river boat race into focus. Sweeping across the finish line, the helmsmen stand in proud stance, flags flutter. Is that a Union Jack? Oarsmen wave arms in delight. The drummers beat louder, and the cheerleaders yell victory as ruddermen and rowers glide their oars to slow the boat's momentum. For the village, this graceful, elongated, beautifully painted boat is one of the best images they own. The Kantha records their history, both old and new.